Evening, everyone. TMA Sunday Night Live, where you choose the topics and we will discuss them. I'm joined by the Canadian Darren and also the man, the myth, the legend, hat-trick boy, Mr. Mudino. Evening, fellas.
Evening.
Right. Good.
Hello. Thank you.
I saw my stream I was mucking about, so I'm just trying to. I've finally sorted out Facebook again because for some reason it deleted the damn thing. Right, should be able to watch it on Facebook, so we'll get millions of people watching it now. We've only got 6, but it'll be 1.6 million by the time thing. Yeah, I mean, sorry guys, you got John Cena at the bottom, so you won't be able to see him. Unfortunately, you'll be able to hear him. Right, guys and girls, we'll get straight on with the topics. Just as ever, we're in association with the TMA Former Players Club. Fronted by Pricey, Watford legends, and also Watford's favourite son, Luther Blissett. Just remember, get over to facebook.com/tailormade for community, and a big shout out to our partner InReach, photocopier supplier of office photocopiers and printers, and get over to Terry Pierce if you want to deal there. Right, okay, enough of the pleasantries. Let's get down to it. Right, okay, so we've got Hornet Boy on X. He's at Hornet Boy 91121. He says, would current Sissoko get into the 2018-2019 team? Decent question here, Mr. Darren. We've got to obviously get moves in very shortly. What do you reckon?
I would have said probably a younger Sissoko in 2018-19. I think may have done. I mean, I will say I've been really impressed with him this season. Obviously, it's really early days, but very interested in the way the club's going because we're getting a lot of youngsters now, but a couple of experienced guys as well. I think is really good. And he looked, from everything I saw yesterday. I mean, he's a big old boy and he played well. And I think at this level, at this time in his career, he's excellent for us. Don't think he'll be playing every week, and I think in his interview he kind of alluded to the fact that with the League Cup game coming up, others will get a chance, which makes total sense. I would have said, yeah, at that time. Why not? I don't know. Because I'm not quite sure whether he means as in the Sissoko of today.
I think we'll go with Sissoko of today. Would he get into the 18-19 team based on what we've seen already?
Well, I mean, from what you hear, he's the ultimate kind of. We were chatting, funny enough, about this last night. How players now in their mid-30s, with the lifestyle, the healthy lifestyle of a lot of these footballers, that nowadays they are playing longer. I mean, Ashley Young's another one who's an example, right? If you look after yourself, and this is what Cleverly said about Sissoko, he's a great example to the youngsters. If you keep yourself in good condition and you come back for pre-season in good shape, you can still play at that level at that age. So, it is a great question. I'd say yes. I would say yes. I think he offers a lot. He's strong. Still, he's showing so far he's certainly up for each week. And I think the most important thing is we're seeing him enjoying his football. So, yeah, it's a yes from me.
Absolutely. Just quick shout out to my mum and my sister on. My sister's trolling the entire chat. But Halsey said no Turkish jailbird tonight moves. Also the Sissoko question, but obviously the most important question we've got. Dino is brushing up on his Turkish language. I think the language barrier let him down a few times, hence why he got banged up, but he will be back next week, I do promise you. Sissoko shall we go with Sissoko of now? Would he have got into the 18-19 team?
Tough one. I think back to 18-19 that was when we had Decore and Capu, weren't it? I think. Yeah, and you had Klebs as backup. I don't know. Would he have got in? That's a tough one. Cheers, Lucy. Yes, Halo is back. It's been to church today. I don't know. I really great question from Hornet Boy. Honestly, fair play for asking this. This is not a good thing for me to answer when I've had about 6 pints of beer. That's because we've got a street party going on out there at the minute.
You get pissed after 3, mate. What are you on about?
Thanks, mate.
I get pissed over 2, so
Yeah.
I'm not exactly going to criticise, mate.
Oh, do you know what? The Sissoko's like. Do you know what? I don't think he would have done, because you think back to 18-19 when Capoue and Decore were absolutely bossing it.
Yeah.
They were on fire in that midfield. And you had, like I say, you had Cleverley as backup as well, and you had the likes of Will Hughes and Saliba. Okay, you probably might have got ahead of Saliba, actually. Let's be honest, you probably would have been ahead of him. But man, it's a tough one. At the moment, I'm gonna say no, he wouldn't have done. Maybe if it was a different team we were asking about from down the years, then it could have been a completely different answer. But for me, I would actually say no. I don't think he would.
Yeah. No, I mean the Sissoko of then, I think would have done, because he was a French international and he was on top of his game. But the Capoue of now, not Capoue, the Sissoko of now against the Capoues and the Decores, no. But he's been absolutely immense though, in terms of where he's. I think that's why he's asked the question. It's a very good question there, Hornet Boy, as well.
Great question.
Yeah. I mean, it's like Kiembe.
Yeah.
I put Jesus saves, Kiembe scores the rebound.
Yes.
So, you never know. Did you see me Pollock meme that I posted up?
Possibly not.
Hasn't got the glasses on. It's got Franco Baresi. He puts the glasses back on. It's Pollock.
I'll have to have a look at that.
I didn't want to go too overboard with the comparisons, to be fair. So I was going to put David Oldsworth at the top, but no, so I'm not giving that justice, mate, because there's only one David Oldsworth. Right, okay. So, yeah, exactly, mate. Moobs has a halo. We've confirmed that from Lucy.
Yes.
Michael saying, just to add a question, why are the pots so tight that they have not even make match day programs for the women's team this season, pulling every penny they can? I'll get your opinion on that in a minute, Moobs. Can I just jump in quickly? Go on, quickly.
Leave that alone. Leave it. That's an order.
Yeah, or he'll spank your bare bottoms.
We had this discussion earlier. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, no, he will spank your bare bottoms if he sees you again, mate. He's had it done to him before, apparently, so I don't think he'll want a repeat of that.
Yeah, that's not something we need to talk about right now.
No, well, so we'll quickly move on. Right, evening, gentlemen, from Kevin. Evening, mate. Dan says no. If he was capable of playing Prem football now, he wouldn't be playing for us. Halsey, it's a great start. It's a great start of the season. That will upset the doom and gloomers. Absolutely. Big shout out to Michael's mum's coming home Tuesday, so I'm happy. Well done, mate. Glad to hear that, fella. Good one, Hornet Boy. Let's get on to the next one anyway. We've got, Dan Brown, who's just messaged in as well. He says on Facebook, he says, a start beyond our wildest dreams. In what bizarre way will Gino cock it up? Darren, what do you reckon, mate? Look, we've got to answer it.
It's a great question. I think it's really interesting because obviously, and it just shows you every single year, for every club, pre-season results, fans are either thinking you're going to walk the league or you're going to get relegated. And even some computer simulation had us finish 24th. Now, I mean, it's early days, but for me, this is the best we've seen Watford play for some time, right? So they look like a club altogether. I've got a theory. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it's a theory. El Capozo balls it up.
Yeah.
We've got the international break coming up. Everton are currently bottom of the Premier League with a -7 goal difference. Cleverley did play for Everton, although it wasn't the most harmonious part of his career. Right. Everton are a shithouse owners. I can't stand that club. They wrecked us before when Silva was poached, when I think we were 4th or 6th. I genuinely can see them coming back, Because I'm telling you now, it won't be the first time this season. People are going to start realising that Cleverley he's building something here. To be fair, I know Duxbury gets a lot of grief, and some of it deserved, some of it not deserved. But I thought we spoke very well the other day on that sort of multi-podcast thing.
Yeah.
I think they are backing him. I think they're now looking. This really, and I know I'm an old boy, so for me, mate, looking at this from overseas, it looks like we're building again, and I really feel that we're going to be. It's like another potential. This has the potential for another Graham Taylor era. It really does. It really does. Yeah. So I think I don't think if Everton approach, I don't think the club would look at getting rid of Cleverley at all. I don't think they'd let him even talk to them. But that's the sort of monumental balls up Pozo could make. Because I think, like a lot of fans, as much as Tom is working wonders, when you still look at the financials, and now we've lost last year's captain, player of the season. We've lost last year's young player of the season. We lost Kone as well. And all that to a lot of money. And when you think of what's been paid for coming in and the loans and the freebies and everything, the bank balance is way out. Now, and this is the other thing Scott Duxbury was saying, that the club's looking, in very, very healthy financial state, which is fantastic. I think it would be lovely before the window shuts to see Pozo put his hands in his pockets and get somebody else for time. I don't know. But I mean, like, even we're linked, well, apparently we're getting now that young forward from Sheffield United, I think. Apparently that's done and dusted after this weekend. So I don't know. At the minute, there's just a huge buzz around the ground. I mean, I know I'm over here, but you can sense it. Everything you're reading is so positive. And the away fans, the Derby fans, were very complimentary yesterday, as were Millwall on opening day, and then last weekend too. So I think we're building something. So if he just steps back and doesn't interfere, then we're going to be all right. But that's just my slight concern. I don't know what you think there, Moves.
This is an interesting one. Talk about one scale to the other. One end of the scale to the other. Sorry, I can't even get my words out properly now. Damn that alcohol. What could Gino do to screw this up? Probably sell half our squad to Turkey during the international break, because the Turkish window doesn't close for a little while, nor does Saudi Arabia actually. So we could probably find half the squad going overseas. But all that aside, true what. I'm glad you cleared that up, Lucy. I was getting concerned.
Well, no, because you can't assume people's genders nowadays, can you? So.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Yes, you can be anything really, even a plonker at times. But no, Darren has touched on it. You do have to be wary. I don't think Everton are going to sack Dyche because purely because one main thing. I don't really think they've got the money to pay a compensation package to him. They'd have to do what Pozos have done over the years and just tell managers you're out of a job, but we're going to carry on paying you until your contract's up. And he'd probably get told you're not allowed to manage another team till your contract's up.
Sound advice.
It's a one-off this week. It's a one-off. So. Yeah, I don't think he is going to find a way of messing this up. I think he knows the fan base wants stability. And if that doesn't happen, if he done something stupid as letting Cleverley go, I'd tell you now, there would be a revolt on the terraces Gino wouldn't even be able to come near the stadium because everyone would be wanting to kill him. Sorry, I know this is not being recorded, but it's the truth. You can't let him go. You just can't. And I personally don't think he would go anyway, because I think he wants to stay and build something here.
Yeah.
But yeah, it will take something ridiculous, and I mean seriously ridiculous.
And I do think Tom wants to stay, and I think Tom feels very attached to the club. It's just that Everton and their leadership, they're such shithouses. I can see them trying it. I mean, they poached over the years. They poached Koeman from Tottenham, or was it? Koeman from Tottenham. Ronald Koeman.
Koeman's never managed Tottenham.
Southampton. They nicked him from Southampton.
Yeah, Southampton. And there was another one as well. And anyway, I mean, but that's the only way I can really see Gino ballsing it up. I just like he steps back, and as the window comes to a close, maybe puts his hands in his pockets. I'm not confident he will, but Anyway, back to you guys.
I personally think he's going to let this squad. We're obviously getting that player that you just touched on, and maybe there's possibly one or two more additions. But I reckon they're just going to say, right, this is it now. And we've got the money. I know someone's put a question up about Asprilla, but I'm just wondering if they're going to hold some money back and if there's something that's needed, that maybe there's one or two additions needed in January. He's going to, Gino and Duxbury are going to say, right, if you need to go and get someone, here's some money, go and get them.
The thing is, I like the fact that they're sort of say pandering. They're moving more towards what Tom wants. They're starting to loosen the shackles a bit more. They did it with Val, and they've done it with Tom. They're listening to the head coaches a lot more than they have done a bit of recently, and. I like the fact that we're signing, with the exception of Bonner and Sissoko, which I think is brilliant signings if that goes through as well. You need experience with the young team, but our remit is very young, or around the 21-year-old mark, which is brilliant. I love it because you look at it from their point of view. If you've got a young longevity in these players, if they do perform really, really well, then you've got a sell-on thing. I'm not saying for any reason that I want to sell them, but in terms of the owner, you've got then you've got, if they've performed well, you've got that sell-on value as well. So it's a win-win for everyone. And also, we've got them for a long number of years. It's not like, Sissoko fills that gap and he's absolutely brilliant, but we're not going to have him for 4 or 5 years. We're only going to have him for a couple. But it's absolutely brilliant. Right, I'll get some of the comments up. Like Lucy's confirmed, she is a lady. That's debatable. Halsey said, don't let Moobsy near the beer of the week. By the looks of it, he says, why would Tom want to go? I can't see that happening. I don't think he's like that twat snake, Silver, anyway. I'm sure he will stay. It's from Stevie Moss. Dan saying, we'll inevitably have a bad run at some point, and I don't trust Gino not to do something stupid. Mr. Lurwell, 3 games into the season, and we're talking about our manager being poached. Unreal. It just proves how well we're doing, because if we weren't talking about that, we're as bad as the scum. Very good point, Kev. Steve saying, guys, it's only 3 games. Mills, Stoke, and Derby. Don't get carried away. We're not, mate, but we're enjoying the moment, and I'll carry on and doing it, mate. Right, Connor saying, exactly. Evening, Connor. He says, some of the scummers turning on Edwards already. It's hilarious. Absolutely, mate. I'm enjoying that almost as much as our winning run. Mr. Moss said, I hear Luton want to sack Edwards and go for Eddie Edwards. Fuck's sake. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't be surprised. This is a shout out here for the scum. Sorry, after... There could be a bit of swearing here with the L word possibly, but I'll be surprised if they don't actually go after the ex-manager who's at Charlton at the moment, because he's doing bloody well. I'm surprised they'd tempt him one more time.
I personally don't think he'll do it.
No, he won't. But I'm just a shot in the dark, mate. Right. Mr. Neil O'Connor says, hi, great show, guys. Should we hold back on shipping buyout? Paddy Power paid out on Everton getting relegated. Yeah, that's Paddy Power, mate. I mean, that's as reliable as the Sun newspaper, fella. Big Dave, though. Big shout out to Big Dave. Legend. Cheers, mate. Big Dave. Great fan of the show. And also the gorgeous man, that's Samuel Stedman, the legend. He says, good evening, chaps. Happy bank holiday weekend up the horns. Right. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So, my take on it, we'll get the Asprilla thing as well. And I completely agree. That was what I was going to... Hugh Edwards, as Steve said as well. All the Edwards are out, mate. But no, look, my take on that, I think that makes perfect sense. If we're holding a little bit back, we've got a remit of the players that we're signing. They're around the 21 mark. Fill the gaps, get players in that can do the here and now, right now, with the exception of that Almeida, the Brazilian. Tikvich is one... in a few games' time, he's nowhere near the class of old Baresi Pollock there and a couple of others. So we're building slowly, and I think I agree with you. Come January, if and I think we will, when we need reinforcements, I think that's when we're really going to kick into action. But to be fair, you get them cheaper in the summer. Because they ask for a premium. Any decent player, they ask for a premium, unless they're looking at paying decent money for loan signings. Gary Iron, this week, happy birthday, mate. Have a fantastic birthday. He says, I had a great day yesterday from my son, treated me to a special day, met legendary Tommy Smith and winning. Thank you so much, Danny Iron and Rebecca. A big shout out to Super Danny Iron and Rebecca for sorting out Gary's hospitality. You bunch of ponces.
Prawn sandwiches.
Yeah, prawn sandwiches. Go on, you love a good prawn sandwich on a Saturday. There is at 3:00. Right, okay. So your sister's birthday Friday. Oh, is it? Okay, happy birthday, Lucy. I didn't know that. Well, you never know, do you? Don't you have one every year as well, Lucy? Just can you confirm that? Because that would be quite handy, actually, if it's the same day as well. So it saves me forgetting it. The meal was lovely, by the way, Gary said. Both Hemel and Watford having brilliant starts to the season. Absolutely big shout out to the Mighty Tudors. You might hear a bit of that later on. Moves News coming in about 5 minutes time. Look, don't be too hard on yourself, Lucy, honestly. I swear she won a birthday out of a bloody cereal packet or something. I swear to God. Right, okay. So we've got Hoots gone. Sadly, great defender, but to be honest, we were you touched upon this, Darren, your birthdays aside, you touched upon this, that the fact that Kone's gone, Hoot's gone, Espria's gone, but at the moment, I know it's only 3 games in, we ain't missed them because the likes of, they're still, like you said, player of the season, young player of the season. Most teams, big miss. We only time will tell after 10, 15 games, which is really going to miss them. But you look at that, Pollock is like a new signing.
I agree with that.
Obviously, we've got Batter, can't even get a game at the moment. Bar's waiting in the wings. We've got, you look at this, and even Ince has come on leaps and bounds in pre-season. He looked okay. MK Dons was MK Dons, and the keeper was awful. I mean, even Moobs would have outshone him in goal, to be honest, mate. But
even Crouch would have done better.
Oh, Crouch would have top cornered those saves, mate, definitely. But the thing is, that's our mate, not actually literally Peter Crouch is our mate Crouch. But you're looking at it. There's a few players, and even Loser. If Loser comes good and we don't actually get rid of him, that is a new signing as well, in theory, because we never used him. Pollock really didn't kick on last year. He's still learning and getting there and progressing. And this season, he's been our outstanding player. And kudos to Backman as well. He hasn't really put a foot wrong this season so far. Touch wood. He gets a lot of criticism from all of us, and I thought he's been really, really good. But Sissoko as a captain now feels more organic than what it was when he first came in, because we had our captains. Suddenly he comes in. It's not his fault. He was given the captain's armband, and it just didn't feel right in the Premier League. Not because necessarily the results. It didn't sit well with me. Now it's perfect. An experienced head among the young, very, very young squad. You can't ask for more, mate. But
I was going to say on that, Pidge. So
go on. Sorry.
Look, no, it's good. I think this is the thing and why I'm sort of rating Cleverly so highly. You made a good point about players looking like new signings. I think Bar looks such a prospect, right? Very strong, really good. I think Pollock is like a new signing. He's just playing out of his skin. It's brilliant. And he's really playing for the club and playing intelligently. Again, a sign of a great manager is when they come in and they take somebody and they make them better. Young or old. And I think, like you said about Ince, he looks, I know he was the MK game, but he looks happier. He looks like he's enjoying when he's out there. And the other thing, and you guys can probably answer this for me because I'm on the other side of the planet, but with the guy we got from Real Madrid, the coaching guy, I just wonder how much on a daily basis he's having with some of these youngsters, because it just seems like, you know, when you, and I'm not trying to compare the two, but when you think back to the United team with, you know, Beckham, Scholes, all the youngsters coming through, I'm not saying we're going to be anything like that at all. What I am saying, though, is that when you've got really good coaching with young players, just how far they can push themselves. And it just feels like from here, looking overseas, that whatever's going on the training ground, Cleverly's clearly got a system of playing, and the players know what that system is. They're playing to it, and it's a. And I know people have said, and I get what they're saying. You know, it's 3 games in against not necessarily 3 of the greatest sides, but I'm really enjoying this. We've had shit for a few years. You know, it's been really tough, and it's so nice to see this and to see the players looking happy and see a manager that really seems to get. Well, he does get the club. He's been around long enough. But it's just such a positive, you know, and I think with whatever's going on the coaching side, it is clearly working. And I think the point about some of these existing players looking like new signings is great. And if we can keep Loser, that would be another big bonus as well. So I don't know. What do you think there, Moves, with the any ideas on the Real Madrid guy, the coaching? Do you got
Moves, by the way, mate? The best. I mean, we've got a fantastic crop of youngsters coming through, but the last time we had that, 2 words, Tom Wally. Right, the last time it was that good, that it's getting this good again. It's not there yet, but that's how good it is, mate. But yeah, no, sorry, mate. Go on, not cut through you there, mate. What's your thoughts on it?
I actually had this conversation in the car on the way to the women's game today. Yes, there's one of the ones I was having a conversation with, Mr. Aiden. Yep. I think he is having a very, very big influence. I actually think that not only is Klebs working some magic, I also think this Real Madrid guy's working some magic as well, and it's gelling perfectly together. Yeah. So yeah, I think this is. I actually think it's brilliant what they've done, and I think also bringing. I can't remember his name. The guy we had, I think, under Cisco. Yeah. That got us promoted, that helps us got promoted. He's back as well. Yeah. And I actually think he's having some sort of impact. Yeah. So you've got 3 of them there that are having a real big impact. Yeah. And it's as some of the others are saying, the team are gelling again. You know, there's none of this. I'm this, I'm that, I'm better than you. Yeah. That's been flushed out. Yeah. Like I say, Pollock's been a revelation at centre back. With or without the bandage on his head.
Keep it on, mate. That's what I say.
Yeah, he could easily leave it on. He could do a Stuart Broad and have a headband. But yeah, it's just fantastic, and it's the red shorts that is the magic. Woody, I'm guessing you've got the magic wand out then. Thank you, Connor. Hence, to the Hornet again. To the Hornet. So yeah, I think there's a lot of the coaching staff can take a fair bit of credit, and a couple of the Watford women guys that have stepped up as well, who I know very, very well. I know they're having an influence and an impact as well, so which I'm very, very pleased to see.
You answer that first, mate, by Michael, and we'll go round and then we'll get straight to your news, mate.
Do you know what? Yes, I would, because at the moment we've got a good team and we're on a good run, and I think we need to keep that going. So you keep getting the wins, it breeds more confidence. But the problem is, I don't want us to go too far and then get absolutely annihilated by someone, and then it just rocks everyone. But I think also having a good cup run, that brings a bit of extra cash into the club. So there's swings and roundabouts. Looks like Steve, Woody, I'm glad you got your spell check out tonight. You're doing very well so far. The spell check is working. I can confirm by the looks of that. So in regards to Michael's question, yes, I would like a cup run, because I think it would actually, as Terry's just put, I'm just going to nick a bit of his comment. It would be brilliant, just for once, to have a cup run, even if we go to, say, I don't know, we get to the 4th round in the League Cup, and then we have a little cup run in the FA Cup, Aidan, that's absolutely inevitable, but trust me, I will not wear a Man City shirt that night. I'm waiting for Halsey to come back with something. He's going to conjure something up. Yeah. So yeah, have a little cup run in this run, and then maybe get knocked out, maybe round 4 to 5. Helps being put. Indeed, Woody. Indeed, it does. We're both on it tonight. We're both on it, and Darren's gone to an AA meeting by the looks of it as well, or just come back. So
You
yeah,
never
maybe
quite
get
know.
exactly. Yeah, like I say, maybe go round 4 or 5 in the League Cup, and then have a couple of rounds in the FA Cup as well, and just really breathe some confidence. That is where I stand on it.
Yeah, exactly. Darren, what do you reckon, mate?
I apologise. What was the question? Oh, the cup run.
Yeah, but what's the answer though? That's the real thing, mate.
Keep up, mate. Keep up. You need a drink.
There's lack of that in it, mate.
A bit later on. But no, Moob's made a really good point though about, you know, what you don't want is getting further in it and then getting spanked. Because if my memory's correct, when GT was still in charge, we got relegated from the Premiership in 2000, and we were in Division 1. I think it was then called Division 1, which is now the Championship. And if my memory's right, we won 15 games straight, and then we played, I think it was Man United in a League Cup game, and it was full of Fergie's youngsters, and they trounced us 3 or 4-0, I think, out at Vicarage Road. And after that, we took a huge dip in form. It was as if all the memories of the Premier League season's horrors the year before were suddenly brought back to those players. So a shout out to Kevin, by the way. Thanks for that, mate. Yeah, so I would love a run, but like you say, you don't want to end it with some nasty thumping away.
Yeah, I'll go with, yeah, everyone's on the booze, mate. Win or lose, we're always on the booze, mate. Definitely. Yeah, my look at it is big shout out to Mournful as well. Look, watching on Twitch. Cheers, mate. Yeah, my take on this, that like Moob says, the longer we go through the cup, we can give all the fringe players game time, and it keeps them happy. And also gives cleverly food for thought because, okay, you know, we know the keeper wasn't brilliant, but I'll allude to the fact that Ince scored 3, and it obviously gave him not necessary selection problems, but it gave him more to think about rather than saying, right, this team, the team that I brought out was crap. We'll literally play a totally different team on Saturday. So that'll be a good thing. Just keep the players ticking over, get them at least some sort of game time. But yeah, that is always the danger if we play a big side like City and then lose. I don't really want to play the scum in the cup because technically it will be a defeat if we do go out to them, and I wouldn't want us to play in necessarily a fringe side either for that game because it's still the cup game. I know back years ago when we did play him, we played him in the Anglo-Italian and beat him 2-1. They didn't count that as a proper win. But then I think 3 years later, we ended up spanking them at the Kennel 4-0. So then we said, well, go on, then we'll have that one instead. Right, okay. So just before we'll get on in a minute. Right, let's have a look. So yeah, Terry of In Reach, big shout out to Terry there. We'll probably get Man City in the cup away. That's from Aidan. Let's have a look. Winners of QPR Luton would be nicer from Kevin. Yes, definitely someone get him a coffee. That's from Aidan. Dan said a decent cup run will help keep. Yeah, it's on its way, mate. A decent cup run will help keep the backup players match fit. They will be needed for the league at some point. Absolutely. Mr. Thorpe, what team will play on Tuesday? That was a good point, mate. But I think it probably the same, probably roughly the same as we had last time. Aidan, I say play the same team that we had against MK Dons against Plymouth. Halsey, it's great to see so much positivity so far this season. No problem. Kevin Lewell, so remember the Man United defeat well. I think Mooney put a penalty in row Z. And Terry, yeah, no problem, mate. Yeah, I'll see you Tuesday as well. Thank you very much. That's Terry Pearce, In Reach Group. The links at the bottom, it's on the ticker. So if you any quotes for copiers, photocopiers and everything else, just email Terry, and it's on my Twitch page as well, direct link. So yeah, cheers, Tel. Right, okay, let's get straight on it, Mr. Moobs. I want to know, was it a positive day for the women? There's only one way to find out.
Yes, hello. I can confirm I am still pretty sober, so don't worry. I don't need the coffee just yet, or coffee as we like to call it, coffee. Right, was it a good day today? Yes, it has been a damn good day today, because finally, the girls have ended their run of defeats. I'll tell you what, it is absolutely brilliant. He's pissed on apologise. Get out of it, you sod. So I should say, lunchtime today we kicked off. We did have an early kick-off today. I only got in one. I know you did. It wasn't enough. So today we finally had our first home game of the new season. We kicked off early today due to Wildstone requiring the pitch tomorrow. It's more shocking than anyone. Yeah, so we did, unfortunately, yes, we had to kick off early. So they kicked off at 12 at home to Billericay. And yes, you did hear me say it, we have got a win that moves us over, more chance for skate. You cheeky sod, Halsey, you wait. The girls ran out one, it was only 1-0, but I tell you what, it was a brilliant 1-0 win. Should have been more, it could have been more. Very unlucky in the second half not to add another 2 or 3, especially one of the girls, Anna Philby, one of our new signings, who launched herself at a header from a corner and missed it missed by millimeters. A lot of us were already celebrating because we thought it was in, only to hear it smash the back of the advertising board on the fence instead of the back of the net. It was a very good win. Blimey, Connor, behave. It was, I've got to be honest, it was a great win, and it was great to see some new faces down there as well today. It really was. We brought plenty of noise. The girls appreciated it. Exactly, it didn't help her coming out about 100 miles an hour. We do have the drum back this season. It's been making plenty of noise, courtesy of Aidan being on the drum. So yes, like I say, a brilliant win today. After last week's disappointment of the defeat at Hashtag, it was important that we got the win today and they got the job done. Now next week, I know someone's going to say it. I know someone's going to say it, but don't let this put you off, because there is a bit of a clash next weekend. Because the girls travel all the way back to Lewis, who you might remember we did play last season, but they got relegated with us last season. So both of us are back in the same division again. We made the trip to the Dripping Pan, a lovely stadium, a lovely non-league stadium. It's a great day out, just near Brighton. Now, we kick off at 2, and I know the men are playing at lunchtime as well. So, if you want to do a double header, it'd be really, really great if anyone in the area, especially down south, can make it to Lewis for the game, because the more noise we bring, the louder it is, the better it is. The girls appreciate all the support again this season. They're absolutely loving it, especially all the new signings, because they're just not used to it. A few of them said today they absolutely loved hearing us, literally for the whole game, especially when the sarcastic cheers come out when Billericay kept picking the ball out of play. Aidan will quite happily back me up on that one. Woody as well. What a difference between Duncan. What the hell's that all about? Oh, so get you back for this. One of the best burger vans I've ever. Yes, that's very true as well. They do have a very good burger van as well. I can vouch for that as well as Aidan. But yeah, honestly, guys, please, if you can, come down next week. You can pay on the gate to get in. I don't know how much it is to get in. It should be no more than about a tenner to get in. It kicks off at 2. Please come down and cheer the girls on, because we've got a great chance to kick on and go on a run, especially after today. And just want to say a big shout out to all the yes, I will touch on that shortly. uh, Aidan, you throw me off. Yeah, great to see some new faces at Wealdstone today. I can confirm that we are back at Wealdstone watching the girls this season. I don't know if any games will be moved to the Vic yet. That will be happening, that'll get announced in due course by the club. But if you can, please come down to Wealdstone as well. Come and cheer the girls on. If you've not done it, and people sit there and say, "What's the point of having the women's team?" Well, come and watch them. Nice and loud. Yeah, yeah, Woody. That was mainly you being loud as well. Just remember that. Joking. So yeah, come down this season. Come and give it a try. Come and see what it's like. It is a great afternoon out. You can't go wrong with it. So it's brilliant. Like I said, I can't really say much more about the girls on that one, but just a quick one dipping into non-league. As someone said earlier, it is Watford Hemel, a bit of a double this weekend because they did they played at home yesterday. They played Worthing. Now Worthing are a very decent outfit. They are a full-time team basically, and Hemel had them right up until like the 97th minute when Worthing nicked an equaliser and took a point away. So they did run out 1-1. But overall this season, it's been a brilliant start for them as well. Bit like Watford, they are right up there at the moment in the mix. I think they're still in the top 7, I think, after yesterday's results. And tomorrow, because it's bank holiday, the non-league boys are all back in action. So your local non-league teams are going to be playing. Your Cheshams, your St Albans, some team called St Albans, swearing purposes there. The Tudors are going over to Enfield to play Enfield Town. So if you live in and around Enfield Town and you get down there, come down. I know Berkhamsted are playing, Kings Langley are playing. All the non-league teams are going to be playing. So have a look. If you want to go and get a football fix, look online. You find somewhere. Yeah, go and watch. And I will be over at Enfield tomorrow. So if you want to come and join me, come join me. It'd be fun. Thank you.
Almost got it. It should be good, mate, because once they announce some games, then Taylor definitely wants to come. She says she don't want to see the men; she wants to see the women play. So, as soon as that gets announced, mate, yeah, exactly. As soon as that gets announced, then I'll definitely be dragging her along to see if Liam comes. Definitely, Taylor will be coming along. She loved it last time. Yeah, so definitely, mate. Like moves, check it out, and also check out the women's. Teams fans forum as well. We've got a link on the TaylorMade Army forum. So yeah, please do. I know Moob says that anyway, but I thought I'll throw that in a bit more and see if you can join for the latest news and all the tidbits and everything else to get you ready and get you started to go and see them on the travels, definitely. So yeah, absolutely, mate. Yeah, do quick predictions, boys. Leading up to Tuesday. Just a couple things. Pitch, you will love it. Yeah, no, absolutely, mate. She loved it last time as well. I'll let you go have a go on the drum. I bet you will, mate. So yeah, predictions, guys. Just before we go, I think it'll be 2-0 on Tuesday. I think.
I'll go 2-1 Watford. Yeah.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna go 3-0. I think it's going to be a 3-0 win.
Yeah,
I just think Plymouth will change their team as well. I don't think they're going to play the big guns because they need to stay in the league.
Yeah.
So I just think we've got we're on too much of a high at the minute. I think we can just. I think we'll knock them past. We'll knock 3 past them. So.
Yeah, Aidan's going for a moves predictor. 4-1 Woody's going for, look, I'm not being arrogant saying we're going to win. I just think, like Moob said, I think they'll rest a lot of players. Winner on a big high. 6-0 from Mr. Higgins. Evening, mate. Yeah, by the way, there's no beer of the week because it is very early in the day for Darren. That's his excuse. So if you want to pass on abuse to him, you're more than welcome. 2-0 Terry. The other, I'm going to say another guy who worships Craig Ramage. So that's Terry, mate. There's two of us here, mate. Me and Tell, favourite players, alongside Luther is Mr. Ramage for me and things. So, yeah, absolutely. Look at your grands. He's coming to town. I think it's more to aim towards Aidan, mate, to be fair, that. But Plymouth too short already with suspensions. Yeah, absolutely, Kevin. I think Moobs is absolutely right. The players that haven't been playing, the fringe players, will have a point to prove. And, yeah, I just think if they're on it, they've got too much. Too much. I think we've got too much from Love Romans. Never best player, never play for England. Absolutely, mate. Yeah, he said Rampage, but he's a Ramage, mate. Yeah, good old Craig Ramage, mate. Tell it's a bit light on that, but that is the monument. I've got another one on the wall as well. What's it? 5 o'clock. So we're in the world. Come on, Dave.
Dave.
I don't. No, he's probably got him at home. But he says, "Come on, Dave. I don't really want to know what you're doing there, mate. But you don't have to go into detail, Woody. That's all I could say. You know, whatever you get on with, just please don't live stream it. That's all I could say. No, I don't want to see the mess after. Autocorrect from Aidan. Yeah. So, right, boys and girls, we'll see you Friday, and we'll get chatting about the game at the weekend. Tough game at the weekend. Next week, so that'll be me and Super Danny. I'm possibly Chris Anchett might be back. You never know. Saturday, the fans' verdict, 8 p.m. and obviously, so we'll get your opinions on the game. 8 o'clock again, and like I say, 8 p.m. next Sunday. You choose the topics. We will discuss them as ever, and hopefully Dino is back from his Turkish language lessons. So the French policeman is back. Moves, you forgot Woody's catch. Give that a shout out. Awesome show, evening lads. Woody's thing, give it a shout out, mate. We've got to hear about that quickly before we go.
It was one of those you had to be there to see it. The ball, someone took a shot, it flew out of play behind the goal, and there was Woody straight away, safe hands as anything, caught it absolutely perfectly, and then managed to throw it back to the keeper as well without causing any injury. So it was quite surprising. But yes, well done, Woody. Catch of the day goes to you, definitely.
Brilliant. Right, sorry guys, you have to put up with me on a full screen now. But the golden pages, it's just the way it is, mate. You just got to put up with it. But the golden pages, it's got many articles. I write for it as well. Don't let that put you off, though. There's some absolutely excellent articles in there. So it's £3 from Tom at Golden Pages. So it should be on sale on Tuesday as well. They are going fast. Every single edition does. It's a great edition, this one. Some excellent articles on there. So if you want the new edition of the Golden Pages, I think you can order online as well. Just speak to Tom Wicks, and he does post up direct links. And like I say, it'll be by the Taylor statue on Tuesday. So that'll be all good. Right, boys and girls, we've got to go. But as ever, you've been beautiful. We've been TMA. It's good night from the Canadian.
And it's good night from Moves. Here you go.
And it's good night from Pidge. That way, somewhere.
Absolutely. That's the only way to go.
Only way is up.
Thanks very much.
Yeah.